Hello everyone. We hear the words tugging at our heartstrings or plucking our heartstrings. But what exactly is our heartstrings? Where are these strings that are part of our hearts? And it's interesting that the word string back in the day was really referring to a nerve that they thought sustained or supported the heart. Well, that hasn't been found to be true. It's supported by a lot of a great fascial network. In fact, just to digress a moment, the heart actually rests on the top of the diaphragm. It's actually seated there. And every time we breathe, the heart goes for a ride. Every time, every breath, the heart is going for a ride. But that was a digression. But it is supported actually by our diaphragm and amongst other things, but certainly not strings. And then, of course, we refer to hamstrings, and also the Achilles tendon back in the day was referred to as the heel string. But nonetheless, when we talk about heartstrings and plucking and tugging at our heartstrings, we're talking about deep feelings that we have in our hearts. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit about today, the song of our heart. And we'll continue with this theme in coming segments. But just what is the song of your heart? How does your heart sing? Maybe it's when your heartstrings are plucked. And one way of tuning into that song of your heart is very, because it can be intimidating, what song I can't sing or whatever, but actually by just simply humming. And we can actually change the pitch and the tone of our hums. I can hum high. Well, that's not really doing much for me. Low. Not doing too much. But what about if I really came to a pleasant hum and I started to move that into a place where I could just feel it in my heart? So it'd be We know when we hit the right tone because we'll feel that we are home. We are home, and it's not unreasonable to say that is the song of my heart. That is my heart tone. That is my heart note. And when you find that, it's a very, very good way, an easy way to come into balance. When something throws you off in life, just take a moment, a pause. It may take a while. If something's upsetting you, you may find your hum very dissonant. It's okay. Just start bringing it back into. But it is important that you tie it back into your heart energy, and of course, the loving. Well, of course, I've been talking about strings, and the strings we're going to be plucking today, hopefully, are your heartstrings, but also the strings of the monochord and the tanpura. I'm going to start by playing the monochord itself, and of course, this you're familiar with already, this beautiful tone in one note, the note of D. Just love that. Then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to play the tanpura tuning on this side of the monochord. If you remember, there's koto tuning, which is the Japanese instrument, but this is the tanpura tuning. And if you remember from a previous episode, it's pa, sa, sa, sa. And that finding that root, the sa in that. It's another way of harmonizing. That felt very good, actually. I don't think I've really felt that good before doing a sa. I really kind of like, whoa, that really went right through me. Okay, the tanpura, different tuning. Listen to this one. Very nice, very beautiful, very different tuning. And so we could just say how beautiful that sounds. I mean, of course, we can look for the sa here as well. Takes a little while to find it, not as easy as it was for this one. Again, you can just feel the difference in our bodies, and we've been talking about that a lot. Remember, we hear with the whole body. Okay, so let's just play these two beautiful instruments together, right? This is a beautiful heart instrument, and this is a beautiful heart instrument. It's going to make beautiful music together. Let's just steady myself here. That is terrible. It's like a cat's chorus. It's so interesting that two instruments that are so beautiful can come together and create such dissonance and disharmony. And I think that's kind of the way human relationships go. We find people that tug at our heartstrings and we go, oh my goodness, this is the person for me. And then when we come together, it's like, it's not a And of course, sometimes when we do find that right person, it comes a But we do have to get along with people. Not everybody in our life is a lover or heartstrings or whatever. We have to work with people that perhaps. So what are we going to do about that? And, you know, we're all members of a vast cosmic orchestra. We all have our part. We're all instruments. So we have to respect everybody's part and everybody's part in the game. As you can hear, those two beautiful instruments, but together didn't work. So what we're going to do is just play them separately, and yet when we play them differently, we can then come into harmony so that they all have their place. Maybe just not together. That's okay. It's okay to walk away from a relationship that's not working. It's okay, because everybody has their place, but we don't have to do it judgmentally. Maybe there's just a different sequence, or they need to find their place in a smaller orchestra or a larger orchestra, and everything has its place. And when it's all played together, it does form a harmonious whole, but maybe not the way we think it should be. So with all that in mind, let's relax and just play some strings, and hopefully it'll pluck or tug at your heartstrings in the best way possible. So let's move into this, and we ask for the highest and purest light from the highest and purest source to surround and fill each one of us in the space we're in for our highest good. And what a great opportunity to place into the light whatever is disturbing us or ailing us, or that we just don't like, really. Just put it into the light for the highest good, because it has its place, and everything is an opportunity for us to learn and grow and uplift. We just have to have that attitude or mindset towards it. So we place into the light the current pandemic, its resolution, if that's a proper word for it, that we just go back into a flow with our lives if anything is out of balance. And again, there's plenty of healthcare workers that need the light, so we ask it be sent to them. People who are out of jobs right now, we ask that it be sent to them. Anybody hurting or struggling at this time, we ask that the light be sent to them for the highest good. Just let that go out. Nothing we need to do. We don't have to attach any emotion to it whatsoever. We come into our heart, our loving presence. And now, have your intention for this session, whatever it is that you wish for your highest good. Just place it into that light and have that clear in your consciousness, in your body, in your energy field, and allow the sound to be the carrier wave into the field of grace to bring it forward for you, for your highest good. And now just relax and allow that to take place.